Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about classification of colloids. Before going to classification of colloids, we will discuss about what is colloidal system. So, a colloid is a substance dispersed throughout in another substance. It is made up of generally two phases. First one is dispersed phase that act as a discontinuous phase, and second is dispersion medium that act as a continuous phase. If any substance or any medium act as a continuous phase, that means it is present in more amount or in larger quantity than the discontinuous phase. In colloidal system, one phase is as dispersed phase. It means it is acting as discontinuous phase. It is present in less quantity as compared to the dispersion medium. And the dispersed phase particle have a diameter of between approximately 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. That is, the size is as small as 1 nanometer to as big as 100 nanometer, but the size should lie in between this range. Colloids are made up of particles that are not as small as a solution and not as large as a suspension. They lie between the solution and suspension. The particles in the colloids are intermediate in size. It means their size is bigger than solution and lesser than suspension. If we talk about what is the example that lies in colloidal mixture, that lies as colloidal mixture, then we can say blood. We further move on what is the basis of classification of colloid, on which basis these colloids are classified into different categories. First one is based on nature of interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium. As we all know, for the preparation of colloids, interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium, that is discontinuous phase and continuous phase, is very important. If the interaction between these two phases are null, almost zero, then it is not possible to make any colloidal system, but the interaction affinity may lie as high or low. If the interaction is high, they will be categorized in different category. If the interaction or the miscibility of these two solvents or these two substances is less, then they lie in different category. And second method for the classification, second basis for the classification is based on electrical charge on the dispersed phase. Means if they carry positive charge, they are categorized under the category of positively charged colloid. If they have negative charge on their surface, they will be categorized as negative charged colloidal system. First, we will discuss the first category, that is based on nature of interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium. On the basis of affinity of interaction between these two phases, the colloidal system are categorized into three categories. First is lyophilic colloids, second lyophobic colloids, and third one is the association colloids. Now we will move on first category, that is lyophilic colloids. As its name suggests, philic. Philic means it is solvent loving, or it is loving to the dispersion medium that act as a continuous phase. Colloidal solution in which the dispersed phase has a great affinity for the dispersion medium. It means the miscibility criteria or the affinity criteria between the two phases, that is dispersed phase and the dispersion medium, is quite high in such cases. Such substances have tendency to pass into colloidal solution when brought in contact with dispersion medium. Here In the dispersion medium, different type of solvents can be used. For example, if we are using water as a solvent in lyophilic colloids, then these colloidal system will be classified as hydrophilic colloids. Hydro means water, philic means loving to dispersion medium. So hydrophilic completely means a system in which the dispersed phase has affinity towards water. Because here dispersion medium is water, so these colloids are hydrophilic. If in these colloids any other solvent except water is used, then they will be categorized as lyophilic colloids. The lyophilic colloids are generally self-stabilized. We don't have any need to add any preservative for its stabilization purpose. They are reversible in nature. For example, starch, gelatin, rubber, etc. Second type is lyophobic colloids. Phobic means it is hating or it has less affinity to the dispersion medium. Colloidal solutions in which the dispersed phase has no affinity or less affinity to the dispersion medium. They are also referred as extrinsic colloids, as lyophilic colloids are intrinsic colloids, but the lyophobic colloids are extrinsic colloids. The lyophobic colloids are relatively unstable. They are irreversible by nature and are stabilized by adding small amount of electrolyte. In this case, if the dispersion medium is water, the lyophobic colloids are called as hydrophobic. And if the dispersion medium is other than water, then they will be called as lyophobic colloids. For example, salts of metal like gold, silver, salts of metal hydroxide and salts of metal sulfides. Third category is associated colloids. These colloids behave as normal electrolyte at low concentration. They don't work as colloids when they are used in low concentration, but they will behave like colloids when the concentration of colloids or when the concentration of such substances is high. These associated colloids are referred to as micelles. Sodium stearate behaves as an electrolyte in dilute solution but colloid in higher concentration. Means same substance will behave as an electrolyte if it is going to be used in low concentration, and same substance will become colloid if the concentration of that substance is high. For example, soap, higher alkyl sulfonates, polyethylene oxide. Now there is another category on which the colloids are classified, and that is electric charge. First category is positive colloids. When dispersed phase in a colloidal solution carries a positive charge, then the colloidal system will be positive colloids. For example, metal hydroxide, methylene blue sol, etc. Second category is negative colloids. When dispersed phase in a colloidal solution carries a negative charge. For example, silver sol and copper sol. There are other bases on which the colloidal system can also categorized, but mainly there are two types on which the colloidal systems are categorized.